that are linked to your life. You're doing you, okay? You may be at some social, especially those who you have these people who watch you, okay? And sometimes it's men, and then they're married, common law, dating, whatever the case may be. You possibly don't even know these people personally. In some cases, these are people you cross or pass through or by in prospective neighborhoods, apartment complexes, things like that, but you don't really know them. Okay. So, but what happens? This is a repetitive theme, and you are overcoming this. Okay. It's something that it's been one of the many thorns. Okay. But what happens is these people, they'll have their men, and they may watch you or get caught watching you or make a comment and stirs up whatever's going on in their relationships, their marriage, whatever insecurities and jealousies that they may have. Okay. This is not your fault. It may be very similar to me. You may look like a plain, okay? You may have your battle scars. So it's not like you're necessarily America's Next Top Model, okay? But whatever it is about you, this could be an essence. It can be an aura. You may be attractive as well, but for a lot of you, it's a little bit more than that, especially if it's in situations where you're looking pretty rough, okay, due to maybe the stress that you're under and the limited means you have, but it still doesn't seem to stop even when that's the season. So then these women, some of them start to actually doing rituals on you because they, or paying people. Yeah, okay. So a lot of the stuff you feel sometime or a little weird stuff as you've been working on yourself, it's some of it, okay, is coming from people don't like that their man watched you on social media and they're trying to prove that they're better than you, or they don't want their man commenting on you, so they, or liking you or watching you or whatever, and then they get issue with you. Is that immaturity? It is. It is. But it's, people are in various different spaces in life, and it's still a form of projection, whether people are consciously aware of it or not. Okay, I'm trying to slow myself down because I'm very animated, but that works against me sometimes. um but that's been a part of a repetitive theme. You can be displaced and you still have somebody. It's like, it's mind boggling. You can be literally displaced, and I ain't gonna say broke because that's a state of mind. I'm gonna say with limited material means. And yet, okay, and in some cases it's folks that's on an equal plane as you, where they're dealing with maybe a similar struggle. In other cases, it's people that's got so much shit they shouldn't be worrying about nothing about nobody and what they look like, what they got, what they saying. I'm just saying, in some cases it's like, what's the problem? Anyway, focus. So these people end up getting work done on you that's into it, because not everyone is. Some of it is just heavy projection that you can feel, whether it's like the gossip, the evil eye, the snake eye, the stank eye, character assassination, messy cattiness, smear campaigns. That's still a vibration and energy that you may very well feel. They're not stirring up a pot or paying someone to stir up a pot and poke a dollar candle, and, whatever. Um, and it's, yeah. And you're just, for whoever you are, you haven't done anything wrong in this case. Not like you, because I need to draw a line. It's not like in this case, in this reading, collectively feminines, that you went out your way to be, because some people like being problems for folks' relationships. Like, it gives them a false, okay. Yeah. Intern, okay. Yeah. Internet. Internet issues. I'm gonna fix that in a minute if it keep doing what it do. I'm gonna do a little swappy switchy room. Okay. So then, like I said, you haven't done anything. You have not elicited and kind of went out of your way to like be all up in these men's faces. You haven't went out of your way to, try to be flirty and crossing boundaries and respectful lines and stuff like that. Not the case. Okay. Not even the least bit. Some of you, if you're anything like me, you may do a whole full-fledged avoidance because you just know where people are in their mind. And you kind of get, not that you're judging it, not that you think you're better, none of that. It's just you get it and you're like, I got enough stuff that I'm trying to work on my frequency. I'm already trying to work on my frequencies. Okay, I'm trying to get my get up. Y'all, some of y'all hold your own head. You're like, I got my kid, I got my this. I don't need anything high schooly. I don't need no high schooly things. If I can help it, okay, where I can help it. So then you got people, like I said, actually getting the spell work, doing spell work because they saw you say hi. Because me, I'm a friendly person when I'm operating in my natural vibration. Outside of the fuckery that my energy being played with, my son's energy, and sometimes all of that congestion. Okay, side of that, my true state, void of BS. Okay, void of all the bullshit games, gaslight, head plant, all the bullshit. Okay, pretty friendly, and it's to all genders though. It's not. I'm pretty friendly, and but I am also respectful too. So I when it comes to the opposite sex, those things I'll wave or say hi, but that's about all she wrote. I'm not gonna like she wrote no. Neither are you, collective, okay? You're a pretty badass, but it's because you've gone through a lot and you're still working through a lot to do with your vibration and frequency and a lot of all that, but a kind of a badass energy. People try to project that you're drama, that you're this, that you're that, and you're none of it. You're just kind of badass and you're kind of no nonsense, and you see through a lot of bullshit. You just do. And when people don't like that you see through bullshit, then they have to make you out to be the problem. You are a problem because you see through bullshit. You're a problem. You're a problem. And you know that you're not. You know that it's like, okay, no, I'm not looking for problems. I'm not looking to be a problem. I'm not looking to start trouble, but I see through the bullshit. And when I feel like it is necessary for me to say something, I will. But it's not like that's what you wake up every day looking to be a shit starter. You're just like, if people would leave you alone, life be a whole lot different for a whole lot of people if folks could just manage to do that for more than 5 minutes. Okay? If they can just manage for more than 5 minutes, leave you the hell alone. Shit. Just mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Okay, anyway, Trinity. The reason why I said that you're a badass feminine, okay, is it's a lot's going on. There's a lot going on there. It says Trinity. Trinity effect. Matrix resurrection. Oh, that's a bad mother. Shut your damn mouth. Huh? You heard? So you done gone through some stuff. You could love children. Okay. Those could be your places of vulnerability. You could love children. You could love animals. Okay. And sweets. Those are your feminine. Those are your kryptonite. Children, animals, and chocolate chip cookies, bitch. if they want to get you, the good places to start. Um, so, as a result, very passionate. You're very passionate, and if you are a mother, then you're like, woo, child. These, ooh, good gravy, God. Goodness gracious. And it's not that you don't think your children are above the law. You don't think your children are without flaw. You don't think that your children ain't don't got attitude problems and shit like everybody else walking. But you also are keenly aware to the injustice that's been done and being done to you and your children. Okay. You're aware, especially if you're a parent of a differently abled, you know exactly more than they'll ever know that you actually know. And they won't know. They'll never know. Okay. And it's set up like that. They'll never know. I'll just see the name Eric and Alfonso. Alfonso right there, Cynthia right here, Eric right here. Good baby God, goodness gracious, great balls. And look, Darrell DeLone Jr. or Darrell Jr. wanted to come in reverse with feminine, and it says they needed to uglify you. Boom, let's sit it right here. Now, the message of the reading is you all are dealing with people who watch you on your social media. And in some of you all, it's literally if you're in the same, proximity as they are, unbeknownst to you. And these are people that are couples and in relationships. And sometimes these men may see you, whether it's on social media or in person, and they make a comment. And what they did is activate all things insecure in their spouse, whether their spouse admits it or not. And then their spouses become people who start to troll you and hate watch you, and then they plot. They want you ugly. This is why they want you stressed. This is why they plot. Some of them. This is why, depending on what their positions are. This is why they try to make it pretty goddamn difficult for you, okay, to have anything, because they need you uglified. I just made me a word. They need you uglified so that they can feel like their little man, or, what I'm saying, their husband, their man, or their clout following, because sometimes people have this whole complex of they, y'all know what I'm talking about now. They need to be the one everybody's salivating over all the time. And if ever in their little circle or whatever, and if ever somebody mentioned, oh my God, it's a atrocity. You would think it was the end time apocalypse, the way some of these people behave. But I digress. They come for you. Some of them still, if they have access to your dwelling, they start plotting like that. You've dealt with this a lot. And no matter your seasons, a season where you feel like you're at your bottom of the bottom, yet you still deal with it. Okay. It says to affect her destiny. That these people have a God complexes, big time insecurities. They need to feel superior. That's a deep wound. It's deep. Okay, where you have to feel superior to somebody in order to feel relevant, in order to, So these could be names that have significance since they came out. Eric, Cynthia, Alfonso, April. It could be the month of April or April. Okay. Trinity effect. Good God Almighty. These people really should have found another hobby in life. Okay, I have Stephen, Eric, Cynthia, Alfonso. Stephen, Eric, Cynthia. Okay, I don't know what that's going to be for some of you. John, Robert. What's up with all the men? Except for one name. Toxic karmic family is being publicly shamed or will be. Oh, this is something to do with a cover up. This is something to do with a big one. This was a big time, possibly toxic family secret. Okay. Publicly shamed for their conduct towards you. Okay. Megan, goodness gracious, great balls of. It says you're funny. People love your. Ah, this is what. See? Oh, feminine. Let's see. And you pay. Ain't this messed up? That you pay for it. Look at what you pay for just because you're being yourself. Look what you pay for. You're funny. Somebody could have been laughing because they could have been watching and they laugh. Oh my God. Once again, you would think it's the end time apocalypse. He finna cheat. He may not even be finna cheat. See, that's another issue altogether right here. Because it may not always be that. You know, I need to say that. It's not always. It may not even be that that's where the man is, even in his own mind or his own thoughts. He may not even be going there. He may just found something you said to be funny, feminine, and laughed. Oh my God, he committed the sin of sins. Now they coming for you and finna send all they homie bitches and everybody, all the people. They finna call all motherfuckers. It's gonna be a whole thing, bitch. They're gonna go around lying. They're gonna go get people to start stank eyeing you. You some kind of hussy or something. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of hussy or floozy. You ain't done nothing. You sitting there head trying to clear out all the crazy shit that motherfucker's doing. Huh? How you doing? Patricia, I saw that name earlier. Why did I see that? What? That out and about. Anyway, let me focus because I saw it not here. I was out. Anyway. Patricia, Patty, doesn't matter. Let's stay focused. Abdul, a masculine. Oh, this is another masculine. Oh, this says masculine number 2. I would love the opportunity. Now, this is where a masculine do want to talk to you. Okay, so to be fair, in some cases, these men are not even thinking in that way. They just find maybe you're talented and that you're funny. Okay. And in other cases, it says, I would love the opportunity to get to know you. You're exquisite. But listen, you don't even know. See, this is why I'm saying it's fucked up. Because you don't know. This is the problem with not dealing, being a self-aware person, this is the problem of that, because people aren't self-aware, they're not reflecting, and they're not dealing. I didn't say they didn't have some kind of system of belief. I said that they're not self-aware and they're not dealing. Because if they were, and this is not to stomp on them, I'm just saying, if they were, they wouldn't be coming for you. They would realize it's an internal thing that they need to address, especially if you haven't done anything. Remember, I drew a line at the beginning. I said I need to draw a line because I get that there's some, what they call them home wreckers in the world. So I have to draw a line. That's not who these feminines are in the dating, though. They are not active home wreckers. Active, intentional home wreckers. An active home wrecker is someone who is investing and doing something knowing full well a situation. Tammy, whoever that is, that may be of significance for somebody. Okay. Ancient mantras transmuting baneful magic. Okay. You know something about mantras that holds a certain frequency or something like that. Okay. From riches to rags. These people wanted you to go from riches to rags. This could also be people who lost something. And it could have had something to do with whatever they may or may not have done to you, if there's a connection. Okay? And again, you don't know though. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You have no awareness. Okay? These people needed you to fail, feminine. And some of these cases is people who need you to fail. They need you to fail. So it says, so they could keep appearing to be right. Oh, fuck me today. They needed you to fail so that they can keep appearing right. So this could be where it was campaigns to thwart your life. Okay, remember it's a mixed bag reading, so they all may not be interlinked necessarily, but all of it could have had something to do with people being bothered that they're men or that queen bee shit. Either they're men or that queen bee shit, and you have no idea. You somewhere just are living, surviving, trying to make justice in your life and shit. Basically, doing what everyone else is doing. Creating your own happy, or at least giving it all you got to. Okay? Vacation getaway soon. Yeah. These people didn't want you to have no vacation. They didn't. Ooh, child. They want you to have. Ring around the rosy. Ashes, ashes. They all fall down. Karmic's being knocked off their high horse. Ooh. Ouch. Okay. So sellouts. Oh, see, and again, feminine. I just want to say, I don't believe that any of you that this is for. You don't know, you may not even care because your priorities in life is okay. My health, my well-being, my children's health, our well-being. Dealing with that, navigating through that, trying to keep you and your children as safe as you can, considering the fact that you know that you are dealing with nothing but snakes for the most part. Doing what you can from that space. Okay, and that's where your mind is at. Simple, point blank. You really, you know what I'm saying? You really ain't got no time about nobody, man. Shit. And some of y'all are in my age bracket, so you super on some other shit too. Okay, because you ain't 20 no more. So you super on some other shit. You super on like, oh honey, oh honey, oh honey. You just like, you ready to be yourself. I went through my 1,000 years of kissing ass and people pleasing and having to morph into everything that every man fucking wants, and every one of them are different, and then they still ain't satisfied, and then you got, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I can have on a plastic wig and pro wings and still love myself and gotta worry about, is he finna cheat on me? Cause is he finna cheat? Well, it's a little bit too much work at this phase of the game. A little bit too much. Too much energy exertion. It's too much. Sellouts, but they act really down. Love it. So that's the vibe of these are the Judases of the world. Okay, they're the Judases of the world, where it's like they smile in your face all around. They want to take your place. Backstabber, backstabber. They smile in your face. Bad news. Okay, these people want nothing but bad news, or they could have gotten some bad news. And I'm going to try to wrap it up here. Masculine is awakening. Okay, this is the theme from 5 years ago. There was a masculine. Oh, God. See what I'm saying? See? And that's who they blaming. You, feminine. You. Always blaming you because somebody else is growing. Because you can change out that word awakening to maturation. You can change it out to sovereign remembrance, transcendence. You can, and I'm trying to make it broad because of the phases we go through. Okay. But when these men, okay, just play with that. They could have had a lifetime of being suckers. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Let's just keep it on the one hand. A lifetime of being a sucker for a certain kind of broad. Okay, a sucker for a certain kind of status. You know, whatever their hankerings were. I'm not saying that they were not intelligent. I'm not saying that they were not successful. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about their hankerings, their Achilles heels that works against them. Okay. So imagine that the people who are really used to benefiting from that for that masculine's adult life or however long they known him, and all of a sudden, because let's say they known him for 5, 10 years, what kind of what nigga you ain't I always, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna trace it to you because that's the only factor they can find. Even if this man has had a tendency to be a whore, it won't matter because it's something they didn't change then. So they feel, I'm not saying this is true. I'm not saying it's your fault. Because this could just simply be to do with the season of the man's life. But for whatever reason, the connection, then they draw it to you. And whoa, it wasn't until he started, messing with her. And then because he saw on social media, so we need to get that social media shut in. I caught him watching, so that see that boom. Okay, it says masculine is awakening, so his friends and his family was doing doing spells could also equal heavy manipulative, work and behind the scene. And I keep saying that till enough people can make the connection. It's not always what we think. Some people don't have access to that stuff. Some people have access to that stuff and pretend to not have access to that stuff. Sometimes these people be working with the ones who do behind the scene in order to trap up the target. Somebody will talk to them, offer them, and you keep it secret. Okay. Just to be fair, I'm trying to include all the energies here. All right, so let's keep it moving. Trinity effect. Needed feminine to fail. Needed to uglify her. Riches to rags. Needed her broke. Wanted her to have bad news. The masculine is waking up. People amplify some manipulation on him. Ring around the rosy. Somebody got knocked on their ass. Ooh. But see, you know what? And I'm not trying to say this from that egoic place. And I don't believe that this is always happening. I think sometimes it's quantum, sometimes it's quantum physics or energy, to where if the target is doing something with their own by way of that, as a byproduct, like this ricochet kind of vibe. And people aren't used to that. What folks don't understand is that maybe these others for this 1,000 years wasn't doing anything to assist their own resonance. So that's why I was successful. People never ever want to think about that as as a possibility. I didn't say absolute. It's possible been successful because not that those people were bad, is that they didn't have any knowledge of something and they were not doing certain things, which makes them to be more susceptible and receptive to it indefinitely. Okay. Let's narrow it down. Denial, not facing the truth, irrational reasoning, legal in the reverse, denial. These people wore masks, okay? And they were trying to confuse and blind you about the truth as well, okay? some of these folks. But let's narrow it down, team. Whoever these women are, yeah, focused on you. Or they didn't like that their man was distracted or something by you. And again, why is that your fault? But I'm talking from a place of maturation. I'm not in college. I'm not in high school. Okay. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 30s. I'm not even in my damn 40s. Shit, nigga. Oh, bloomy bloom. Shit, girl. Done. Completion. Lesson learned. Some of you, these people, feminine, blame you for breakups that you have no knowledge about. Like, because you may not be in contact with a lot of people. So if for the case where the masculines were in relationships and they broke up, there's women blaming you. But this is also the energy that you completed and learned some lessons, and you've turned your back on a lot of things because, well, you can't help what everybody else ain't learned. You trying to do your own alchemy. And if people want to go through another 1,000 rounds with people and turn out that hey, to each his own. Okay? To each his own. You're not blaming. Okay. The energy of these women. Okay. 2 or more people discussing and planning in the reverse. Are they upset about something not going right? Yep. These are some of the people that have caused drama in your life. Okay. A reconciliation. Yeah, they tried to stop this. Look, this is dirty. I have cleanse come in reverse. This is dirty. These people have been doing some dirty shit, and you know it. There's codependency here. Using relationships, couples. Yeah, this is a theme. And here's what I told you. There it is. Threatened. You didn't threaten them. Sometimes people feel it. So then it turns into a campaign, subconscious sometime, whatever the case may be, to try to do humiliation rituals on you, to try to create a problem. Yeah. To try to confuse you, distract you. Eyes for you, fascinated watching. These people didn't like the fact that people are fascinated with you. That's why they didn't want y'all to have a cough for some of y'all. These could be people trying to clown. You don't care. See all the beauty of when you don't give a fuck. I tell you what, that's a liberating moment. When you see through all this bullshit and you realize that shit don't mean shit and don't make people shit, and one day they gonna get that shit. Yeah. Dirty little secret. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. Love affairs. Listen, sometimes people could have, again, feminine, that's not your responsibility. Okay? To know if somebody's, that's not your deal. Okay? You're to just be as integral in your own life. Just because somebody else may have a history of cheating or a history of doing, people keep projecting to the wrong folks in their relationships. It's everybody else. It's never, deal with your relationship, deal with the person, because you do got home wreckers out there, but when you get rid of one, there'll be another. It serves to deal with the issue. It's not everybody's fault. Ain't nobody cheat want to cheat. And I do understand that there's a lot of energy going on to get stuff started. But at the end of the day, though, it's still. And if somebody, liked both ways, again, this is. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, just focus, Brandy. Focus. Because I'm not here bashing lifestyle, people's sexual preferences and stuff. I need to make that perfectly clear. Okay, that's not my vibe. But sometimes people have these things in secret and they don't want nobody to know. And then, their women or their relationships, they may know that that person has like a secret something, and then it gets into this ugly thing and they start threatening them. I'm going to tell blase, blase, wooty boo. There it is. Negotiator, bargaining and begging. Mm-hmm. Financial support. Hold on one second. Yep, for financial support, give me money. Or there was some proof about some kind of arrangements and stuff that was being made, or somebody was threatening child support, alimony. What a loving relationship that is, huh? Almost what a loving marriage, what a loving kind of, what a supportive, loving connection. Goodness gracious. Let's hurry up, wrap it up. I heard wrap her up, wrap it up. Okay. So let's get some things that these, or y'all can flip the roles, whatever. Okay, that they're going through, because these people are blaming honorable feminine. There's hefty projection work onto her life. Hefty. Okay. That's just displaced. Is displaced. People aren't being willing to face themselves and their relationships properly here. Hid in a family member's garage. So there could be somebody hiding in a family member's garage as a consequence, or something coming out about something that was hidden in somebody's garage or attic. Okay. Because I said what consequences. Folks feel entitled again to feminine's energy, but she's checking mofos. What feminine, you may not be saying anything. The checking mofos is not necessarily Shaniqua Shanae neck rolly. This could be from a energetic vibrational stance by way of what you're doing. Okay? Not that you're going around going, not like that. Some of y'all too classy. Okay? Too classy for that. Okay, let's see. Somebody's got to move. Consequences. It says moving to a new city, stay home before the end of 2024, 2 years ago. Okay, they may be having some kind of issues then, or some consequences if these are energies who manipulated your living, dwelling situation on any fucking level. Okay, they I don't care what it was. I don't care if they gossiped and lied to make somebody not do something. I don't care if they, whatever it was, their role, their influence to be a problem for you. Consequences. It says creative art expression, clearing trauma. Okay, these people wanted to block your creativity and they blocked your creativity with all the stuff you had to work through. Then they're going through some kind of creative issues. Okay. Uh, two men, here we go. And we did have, I think, two men, possibly two men. These could be the two men that was caught watching you, because it says two men from the past that used you. These could be the same two men that was caught. Either paid you a freaking compliment, laughed at a joke, you know, and that just turned their whole little life. That just made it, it just, and again, we don't know whether or not these men was trying to be back with you or anything like that. They could have just found you to be creative and funny. And a woman that they possibly cheated on you with, when hey, see, that's why we shouldn't be fucked up. That's why we shouldn't be fucked up. That's why. I don't know why. Shut up. Just let it go. Let it go, Brandy. Just let it go. Because look, even as a youngster, I did some not right shit. Okay, I didn't have malice, but it still wasn't right. And I knew even then, just by nature of how something started, that it wasn't okay. And that I very well might live out something because that wasn't okay. Because I had certain knowledge. As simple the fuck as that. I had certain knowledge about the situation. So I knew it. I was in my 20s and I had that understanding. I was in my 20s and I was like, he's married. And I ended up getting in a relationship with him and I ended up getting married, and I knew, again, I didn't have malice. This wasn't like some kind of vendetta or plot on his current, because there was no kind of history dynamic there. But the point that I'm making is I still knew, let's just call it. I knew. And some might say, well, you know, she ended up with the man. She ended up getting married to him. She ended up getting him pretty. I sure did. Yeah, all that. Yep. I sure did. And I got some other stuff as well that I did not want to get. Look, feminine, you have an ex-lover. Didn't I tell you? So for some of you, you have an ex-lover that wants you back. It says, I want you back. I realize that you're the only one for me and I don't want anyone else. This is why you have so many women attacking your health and your well-being, your finances, your appearance, your looks, your everything. And they were joining with other people from your past. In some cases, were being recruited. Yeah, soulmate. This is one of your ex soulmates that feel like you all are, they feel like you're true love, or there was mutual love between the two of you. There was a sexual connection, or they felt like they can get equality with you, shared values or something like that. An ex-lover. Oh my God. And this could also be an ex that your ex, listen, feminine, an ex that went back to an ex that thought that they had shared values, and that their family could have cheerleaded and supported that for a lot of reasons. They wanted the luxury suite, the luxury lifestyle or something like that. Okay, STD. There could have been an STD scare. Somebody could have gave a masculine something, or okay, you ain't got no STD shit. Your shit clear. It says Shit, and most of you feminine, you ain't, ooh, child. Your life changed a whole lot. A whole lot in terms of you ain't even rolling like that. It's shit, it's hard, nigga. It's hard for motherfucker to get to you. It's hard. It's hard as hell. Even when you was on your up season. It ain't just cause you on your low if you on your low. Nah, this shit was hard when you was on your up, baby. It's hard. It's hard now. Cause you're like, nah, first and foremost, my energy is precious. I get it now. This ain't about being prudish in no kind of religious context. I just get it. Okay. And your concern could be strictly major health and well-being, and you know that that's not everybody's life. Folk ain't on it like that. And whoever you choose to lay with, then you land with their lifestyle. And you finally, shit, your ass finally like, get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Okay. There's trust issues in these people's relationship. Okay. So these are people that started having some relationship issues. Yeah, unfinished business. Okay. Again, masculines that went back to people of their past, could have caught him watching you. Whew. Good gravy, God. They ended up getting catfished in a situation, and everybody could have claimed that you were catfishing. And now they're looking at your stuff laughing or whatever. And immaturity. You're very mature. It's coming in the reverse. It says emotionally immature reverse. These people could have played like they grew up. Okay. This could also be to do with a man that did. Okay. Because remember, I said if he started waking up, a man that did. In other words, when he was with you, maybe he was this. And maybe time went by. And maybe he's this. And maybe he realized that he was emotionally immature. Maybe there's been discussions. And, he really enjoyed you. Maybe he lied and said that he didn't. Deep. Okay. I got bad date coming in reverse. So this could be men that really, again, just to be fair, they could have acted like that, played the role. Oh, like, man, they fake. I don't even know. They not even, you know what I'm saying? It was horrible. It was, it was horrible. Or they pretended like they was having a baby and they were wooty woo. Depending on your season, you might have. But they still lied about the core. When you're trying to fit in, you're trying to please everybody, and you don't want nobody looking at you funny, you say the things, especially if you're concerned about the bitch, whoever, your mama, dad, whoever it is. You say the things so that they don't feel what? Worried. Oh, it wasn't even, I don't even, Now, okay, what's going on here? Some of them could have ended up going on dates and it was a good time and they had fun in some situations, but it drained the hell out of them. It took the life out of these motherfuckers. It says physically drained, checked out, exhausted, energy vampires. It took the hell. It was fun, but it took the hell. It made their ass confused. I got understanding coming in reverse. Shit. They put the root. No, I'm just kidding. I have a player here and a runner. Oh, this was a player. New car in reverse. Something is happening with the whole car issues here. Maybe people didn't want you to have a car, or they didn't have a car when y'all was together. Maybe they had an issue with you having one. We're talking about unacknowledged and dealt with shit that bleed through relationships. And we're talking about women in this context in this reading. If feminine is any kind of social media presence, then she becomes this target even when she is minding her business. Even when she is literally across the US or any other continent, place, world, it don't be mattering. It just don't be fucking mattering. Door open. Yeah, door is closed. A door has closed. Player. Okay. Oh, now we got an earth sign male possibly coming out. I have maturity. Snake in disguise is coming in the reverse. Okay, somebody may, feminine, want to do right by you, be right by you. You may be manifesting somebody who was once upon a time a snake and have changed their ways. And this is activating and bothering some of these people's women, or these women that maybe they held on a high pedestal, or that they always sing their praises, or that they have like a secret, you know, thing with, where it's not a relationship, but they have sex. Yeah. A lot of confusion. They could have confused this man. Okay, but there was a lot of confusion. And so a door is closed. They could have been confused why you closed the door. Or these women are upset because a man could have closed a door. And so that confused them, and then they blamed you, and then hence, let's start stalking this lady. Let's start using our resources and making a problem. Let's start abusing our connections, our work, our job, our friendships, our knowledge, because why did he stop talking to me? And I connect that to feminine. I'm upset about that, so let's plot. So this is something to do with somebody that's mad that an earth sign male stop talking to them. For some of you, this could be something to do with you closed the door on a male, an earth sign male. Okay. Earth sign male could have had a thing with a chick and was utterly drained. Went on a date, thought that they were mature, thought that they had grew up and changed. Could have had a health concern, this man. And so then he cut them off, or vice versa. And so they're blaming you, feminine, for it. Okay? Let's rock. Let's get, since I got to wrap it up, let's get the tarot consequence, and then let's get an encouragement for feminine, because essentially that's what we're doing. We're working on our resonance. We're working on our health. We are working on our subconscious like it ain't nobody's business. We're working on ancestral shit, because we realize that it's just an endless shit show of cleaning your energy until you finally get to the core, because it's going to always be lower vibrations, people, projections, and things that's never going to go away in this plane of existence. And so you guys have really pushed, like, I got to get here. Come hell or high water. Come hell or high water, I got to do this. Okay? So let's get some consequences here. These people blaming feminine, plotting, stealing, plotting, blaming, copying, projecting, don't even know her, really. And some of you, they know you. What's the consequences? Blockages. I told you people are walking away. The consequences is people are choosing to block them and walk away. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands reverse, 8 of Cups. Yep. Or they're in this energy of juggling between thoughts and finances, because people are walking away from them and they are not having any choice or say in the matter. Okay. You could be blocking them off. Did I get a call? King of Wands in reverse. This is fear. This is anger. This is fights. This is this reverse is also loss of inheritance, loss of what's been built, loss of good grace, goodness. Okay. Um, it might be dream or overindulge. This Emperor reverse. This is very abusive, narcissistic vibe. Okay. Okay. But there's this energy of somebody, this masculines or anyone's walking away towards their wishes fulfillment. They're just making a choice. Yeah, continue to build. So Three of Pentacles in reverse, they may lose partnerships. They to build. So Three of Pentacles in reverse, they may lose partnerships. They may lose a job, or they may lose a pay cut, a position, or just happiness. You know, something to do with their emotional state. Consequence. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm gonna let that one go. Please don't necessarily take this. Okay, that's not always what it is. Okay, that's just the ending. It's an end. Okay, this was selfish, and there's the karma. Yeah, this is karma, or should we say, the wheel turning against them, if that's better language. Okay, stealing fortunes, manipulating the wheel. This is bad. Okay, this is very selfish behavior, tendencies. It's going to enter their wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. Woof. That's also an end to them getting things to go in their favor. The cycle is ending. Yeah. An end to them to be able to confuse truth. The consequence is truth and clarity. That they're forced to face the truth and clarity, but the world may end up knowing the truth. With it coming in the upright about head games. You see how it's pointed at her crown? It's like at the head games, these people have been running on motherfuckers. Okay, been running game, bitch. Some serious professional shit. You know, some shit. Well, and people are gonna maybe turn their head. Like, you see how this lady is? There's gonna be some people that end up like, wow. Especially if they allow themselves to get involved with shit against the feminine. And it's like, are you kidding me? We got involved in this shit, and this shit was a lie. Oh, come on, man. Ain't nobody got no time to be putting their business at risk behind no bullshit. Come on, man. Some people care about their businesses, and some people, you know, there ain't many, but some of them really do care. They're like, yeah, I may got my views and opinions, but I got enough intelligence to know, like, you don't believe them things. You just don't do it. You just don't. It's ill-advised. It's ill-advised. That shit'll tear your shit up. You fuck around with the wrong people getting on these projects and shit like that, and it's like, it ain't even true. Like, they actually did bad shit to that person. What the hell? Kind of the hell is this? Okay. I told you Three of Pentacles is in the reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune again in reverse. And there it is. There's an ending to them being able to get people, manipulate people to give them shit, taken, stop in reciprocity and fairness. Six of Pentacles in its highest vibrant is a reciprocity. It's about, to the honorable place. And this person has manipulated. You're an addict, possibly a drunk. People probably don't know it, but they manipulated a situation here. It could also be with people and putting shit. Oh, that's another message. Oh, I bet motherfuckers ain't gonna go place. I'm not trying to perpetuate fear, but there's folks that roll like that, yo. Well, let's go and put shit in your drink. You going through the bathroom because you think that motherfuckers is regular. You think everybody normal. That this was foolish behavior for his feminine people. For his feminine people wanting to break your heart. See you broke, busted, disgusted, or hurting because a man looking at you, because they are prejudiced. That's what this is. Because they are prejudiced. That's what this is. A combination of energy here. Here they laugh at your joke. They gonna play that religious card and go get all of the old religions. Oh, so yeah, but they gotta pay for that too. Because again, you ain't even tripping. You have a birthright, birth now to do. You're not trying to drag people on your path. You're not doing any of that, but people are steady trying to penalize you and drag you down, and it's because of them into the system. They're just people who are, whether they even though you ain't bothering nobody. Final encouragement. Let's wrap her up. Final encouragement to assist a feminine collective on redirecting them vibration, what's in their means. For simplicity, it says they said don't give up on your dreams, so I went back to sleep. You're woke. You can also be shifting your dreams, what you thought was your dream. Okay. The secret to success: lower your standards. You know that people want you to lower your standards, but you're also maybe lowering the expectation in the sense of realizing that a predator is a predator by nature. And we was let loose in the jungle. We went in a place that you really shouldn't be in. Certain predatory animals will try to eat me. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to say, oh, this is a disabled, he's an innocent, he has a mind of a child. It's not going to say that. A predator is going to do what a predator does. A parasite is going to do what a parasite does. And not to make that sound derogatory, it's just energies to behave any differently than they are, if that makes sense. Because it wouldn't be about me talking to the killer animal in the jungle to get them on the same page. My ass is gonna die, bitch, if I don't get my ass. Or, you know what I'm saying? They don't have that. They're not gonna sit there and pause and reflect. Okay, they're not doing that. Neither are the people that's been after you. Okay. Okay. Brutally honest. It says underestimate me. That'll be fun. Oh. Patience is a virtue, unfortunately. Yeah, they tried your patience. I woke up like this. These people trying to make you tired. You know that. You know all about the campaign. It says time heals all wounds, but a good nap speeds up the process. You're doing something in your sleep. You also realize that others were doing something in your sleep. That's a part of what the fucked up shit is. Okay, have a sense of humor for sure. But be encouraged. You're about to get the proof that life is about to be a gift for you. You are a gift to this life, and you're making life to be a gift for you. And the gifts that were stolen, you're creating better or shit. Okay, and you're about to get some proof of that. Okay, you're about to get some proof. Fuck talk. Fuck hype. Yeah. Spiritual woo woo. None of that. That's not what I'm saying. At your energy and vibration. That's what you're working on. It's your energy right, because you realize what's been going on to make you tired. hmm So then people are like, they're lazy. Okay, don't stress your mistakes. It's probably fine. You're realizing that, hey, collective, don't stress your mistakes. It's okay, and take that with a grain of salt. Okay, you know yourself. You're not out here intentionally trying to fuck up lives and bother people, and you're not out here greedy and entitled, and trying to be a problem, and you're just simply, and you're not going to do everything perfectly, but it's a vast difference between that and people who wake up every day to be a sorry. Okay. People who wake up every day to be a problem intentionally, due to their own ignorance, their own conditioning, their own whatever. Okay, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. Don't stress your mistakes. You may feel like, oh, was this a mistake? Maybe it was, maybe it was